rock and roll.
Well, hello and welcome to the Daily Atheist Morning Show. I am your host, the amazing Super Chris. Thank you for joining me today. I've got something special for you today. You know, it's I'm pleased with it. I'm pleased. It could be a little better. I'm probably going to work on it and make it better, even more gooder than it actually is. But right now, I just want to say I'm pleased with it. You know, and I got something I want to show you guys. Miss Ryan just walked in the door. Hello, Ryan. How are you doing? She's back in the background.
Hi.
Normally you don't watch those intro commercials, but you might want to get your ears on so you can hear this one.
Oh boy.
Okay. So I hope you guys are all, man, look at you guys. Almost 30 people in here. We're just now getting started. I am blessed. Let me know when you're ready, Ryan. I know you can hear the show. Okay, here we go. Enjoy this, my friends. We'll be back in just a minute. Do you have a loved one who's on their deathbed, but they've yet to give themselves up to the Lord?
Are you sure you don't want to come to Jesus?
No.
This is your final chance.
No. Worried they're headed to the fiery pits of hell.
Your very last chance.
No. I've been wicked and sinful. I deserve to burn in the hot place.
As you wish. Farewell, my heathen husband.
Farewell, my... Well, fear not, my wayward child. Introducing Father Flanagan's line of post-mortem baptismal kits. No more worries about being miserable alone forever. Be a good Christian and share that eternal pain and suffering with the ones you love. I'm in hell. Not as hot as I thought it'd be. Kind of feels like Houston, minus the humidity. Hello. My favorite drink crafted to perfection. Ooh, and some dank ass weed.
I can't bear to be down on my face chanting, holy, holy, holy is the Lord, every day, all day, for all eternity, by myself.
Wow, is that George Carlin? And Alan Turing, look at that. Carl say, oh, I am so honored. You've been my hero since I was a kid. Neil deGrasse Tyson, what are you doing here? Oh, I get it. I get it. Schrodinger's heathen. Very cute, you. Very cute. That's fantastic. Oh, what is that? What is... It's holy water. Oh, it burns. No, this isn't where I want to be. Pabst Blue Ribbon and a Marlboro? No! Father Flanagan's post-mortem baptismal kit. Dead kid tested, Mother Teresa approved. Is that the Pope and John Paul? Jim Jones and Jimmy Swaggart, huh? I can see that coming. Neil deGrasse, what are you doing? Holy, holy, holy is the Lord. Holy, holy, holy is the Lord.
Thanks, Father Flanagan.
Damn them to an eternity in heaven for only $59.99. They wouldn't appreciate it, but you'll feel better. And that's the point, isn't it? Get yours now. Your heathen loved one's time is running out. Holy, holy, holy is the Lord. This is some bullshit. Holy, holy, holy is the Lord. Well, guys, there you go. I hope you enjoyed that.
Oh my goodness, that's good.
That was fun.
You did an epic job with the editing.
Yeah, that was.
Looked like I was there.
The Ritalin did it. The Ritalin did it all.
Did it do it all? It was the motivating force there.
It was the motivating force. Yeah, that was. I hope you guys enjoyed that. It looks like people enjoyed it. We've got some. It's like chef's kiss over there in the thing. I've got a couple things I want to fix about it that kind of, I haven't, the editor in me just wants to make it more good or most goodest. There's that one part where you shake the thing on me and you say, forgive me, but there's no forgive me in the audio track.
Oh.
Yes, for some reason. So I'd like to get that back in there and put that in there so we can hear you go, forgive me. We will play that, every 5 minutes. No.
This is now your own personal hell.
Yeah. So I've been working on that. I finally got that to a place this morning where I'm happy with it. Thank you, Brian, for your help on that. Why?
Yeah,
Because
you
we
did
bro
some great
missed it. You're
too.
just gonna have to rewind it.
Watch it back, and then you'll have to speed up.
You'll
Just
just have to
put it
speed
on
up.
2 times the speed to get caught. You'll be fine.
Yes. Let's see. Big Zebra says, I've heard it takes an hour to edit 15 minutes. Oh, it took longer than that. It took a lot longer than that. First of all, I mean, if we're just talking about the editing, I mean, let's just talk about the editing. With Ryan, I could show you what Ryan sent me, but I had to like darken it, and then I green screened her, and the green screen was real choppy all the way around. So then I had to like use a magic mask around. I mean, it took hours. And then this morning I was doing it, and I put on my headphones to listen to it for the first time. And whenever I'm laying in the bed, you know, all that, it's coming out one ear. And I'm like, son of a bitch.
Oh.
So I had to fight that. And it's just been, but yeah, it took some
Yeah, those
effort.
are the things you run into when editing. Just the weirdest little gremlin has gotten in there and just tweaked one little thing that never happens, but for some reason randomly, it just pops up. It's so annoying. But I think you did great, and I can't wait to see it when you zhuzh it up.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna, let's see how it goes. I'm gonna add a little few things to it, but it's kind of cool. I really enjoyed it. It was like, well, you know, like the part with me being in the bed, that's a layer of me, and then you behind me, and then I took a photograph of the empty room, kind of lit up, and that's what we see behind. That's why the room looks nice. But
the
that was
room, like all the lighting, I felt like you did a
yes.
good job making it look like we were all in the same place.
I tried. Thank you very much for that. Thank you very much. And, you know, we'll play it again here in a little bit. Bomb Poppy says, damn it, man, I was in the shower and missed it. I will have to rewind. Well, I'll play it again here in a little bit. For those of you who missed it, you know, heck, I was surprised we had almost 30 people here at the start of the show to see it, because normally, you know, it's a little, Ryan did a fantastic job, guys. I mean, give her a hand. She was, you know, did all the crying and whining, and all I had to do was die.
And I wasn't sure exactly what I should do. I was just in my head going, okay, I'm guessing he might need me to stand here a little bit and just do nothing and pretend I'm listening to something happening or whatever.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what, here's what we'll do. What we will do is at the bottom of the hour, 20 minutes from now, we'll run it again and let people who haven't seen it get to catch up. And you know, we'll get to enjoy it. And I've got another one in the works. Now, the other one in the works is actually it's Father Flanagan. Got Father Flanagan, managed to get him here at the house and get some recording done. But we're not happy really with the recording. I'm just not. You know, it could be better. I'm going to make it better. And then, you know, so soon, possibly even by the end of this week, I'm going to say, let's just shoot for Monday. I will have another thing for us. It's going to be fun. Let me see here. Thank you, Big Zebra. I'm glad you guys enjoyed it. Editing program must be designed by Gates himself. You know, I don't know. It's got its moments. My problem I'm having right now, if you want to talk tech about it, is I'm running up into limits of my video card while I'm trying to work. I mean, I've got optimized media on, and I've got, you know, fast hard drives, and I've got the works, and it's just, oh my goodness. We were so excited by the new commercial, we forgot to go, hey, Ryan, look at you. You look fantastic today.
Oh, well, thanks.
You got lavender going on with the lavender. And
yes,
stuff.
I do. I'm purple rain. Doing my little Prince thing today.
Awesome. Have you been, it's Thursday. I guess it doesn't feel like Thursday to us or to me, but it's Thursday.
I don't know what it feels like. I don't know what's happening right now.
Well, it's good to be back, and it was good. You know, I'm sitting there this morning, working on this thing, and I'm sitting there looking up, and I'm seeing, wow, there's already 5 people in the chat. Wait a second, look at that. There's like 15 people in the chat. Well, there was 25 people in the chat before we even hit the go button this morning. I was like, wow, you guys, you have, you know, Clearly, y'all need a better form of some kind of outlet. People are
They missed
desperate
you.
for entertainment.
They clearly missed you,
Yes.
Chris.
Yes.
They wanted you back in the saddle.
And here we are. And, this new
Mhm.
commercial and these new fun things kind of bring the fun back into it. Because, it kind of lost the fun, turned into a job there for a while. I got to do my thing, though. Before we get too far along, I got to say hello to everyone. Dave Murphy's in the house.
Do it.
She's going to do the Dave Murphy thing. Are you ready?
Excuse me.
There we go. Thank you very much. Bomb Poppy, Austin Sims. Austin, you didn't get to see it. We have a new commercial here on the Daily Atheist Morning Show. Father Flanagan's Laboratories has been hard at work, and they've come up with a new post-mortem baptismal kit, and we have a commercial running for that today. So if you'll hang out, we'll run it again here at the bottom of the hour if you can, and hopefully you'll enjoy it. So you may have to go run out and purchase your own Father Flanagan's baptismal kit. Depends on how much you like or hate.
The Mormons tried it. They tried, but it failed. And I think that we've found our place in the open market, this free market that we have here in this country, and we're going to do well.
That's a good idea. We should market it to Mormons. Huh? I know, right? I know.
You've got something there, because they're definitely going to want to bring some of the Jewish people they think are in hell, or the slaves they think are in hell. They want to bring them up to heaven, I'm sure.
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah. Oh, that sounds like so much fun. And there's the whole they're not doing it anymore. Let's put that in air quotes. They're not doing it anymore. They're doing it. They don't need your permission to baptize you post-mortemly.
No, obviously not. I mean, when you die, do you need consent?
That's see, and
That
once you get up in hell, once you're pulled out of the burning. See, this is where this came from. This is where this whole commercial came from. Once you're down there and they're doing they're post-mortem baptizing you, imagine you're already in hell, having a good time, and all of a sudden you get sucked up to heaven. That's what we were talking about one day, and that's what led to this. Father Flanagan's
You're finally
idea
living your best life. You're free from the burden of this jealous God watching your every move, right? Watching you masturbate and deciding whether or not you're evil
without paying.
Right? Like, boy, sign up for the OnlyFans. Like, come on. You want a front row seat. Pay some money first. And you're free from all that. And then yoink right up to heaven, where you're face down, ass up, bowing down to God, saying, holy, holy, holy is the Lord for all eternity.
For all eternity.
Oh, ad nauseum. Oh,
it sucks.
That would suck.
Somebody pointed out that it's not really the humans that do that. It's the angels, I think, that are around the
their
throne
job
of the
is
Lord.
to.
And if I remember, I say this a lot, guys, and oftentimes I'm not wrong. If I remember, there's this like guff, this well, this vast place of people underneath God's throne, and they're all under there screaming, "God avenge us! God avenge us! God avenge us!" They look into this thing, and they're like, "God, please have mercy on us. Drag us, take vengeance on those who did what they did to us, so we can come out of this place and join you in heaven," or some bullshit like that. I'm not kidding. There's like this. Yeah. Isn't that weird? That's weird.
It is weird. Why? How is that your vision of a fulfilling afterlife? Like, that would not be something I would look forward to.
It would not. It would not.
No, being a robot. Like,
yes,
just a perfunctory human being. Like, I'm not even a human being anymore because I've lost all of my human functions.
Yeah.
I'm programmed to just do a specific action for this being.
And what is an eternity to these creatures, or at least to the men who wrote this stuff? What was an eternity to them? Ghost Slaps for You has become a bronze level supporter. Thank you very much for that. We appreciate all your support. Once we get up some more, we're going to need to get some more members up so we can get some more emojis or more emotes for, the baptismal kit and stuff like that.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Holy water.
Oh, exactly correct. Oh, that's a good idea. That's a good idea. John the Heretic, good morning. Good morning from Tampa Bay, Florida. How are you doing, John the Heretic? Sapient Cephalopod is here. Nice to have you with us. Malalo 75. Good morning, all. Very happy to have found this channel. Well, thank you very much. Welcome to the damnation, fellow burner. I hope you're having a wonderful time. Thank you for joining us at this ungodly hour. Brent A is here. Christians are. Yes. Yeah. Witching. Ooh, the witching hour. Witches are hot. Especially when you light them on fire. I'm just saying. I'm not saying.
They took that advice not that long ago.
They really did. Took it a little too far. Oceanus Helios, good morning. I'm a firm believer that every god ever invented, currently worshipped, and every god yet to be should fuck off and keep like fuck off over there. And once you're done fucking off, fuck off away from there. I
Agreed.
like it. Way to go.
Like all the way off.
Language, yes. All the way off.
Like low key, just all the way off.
All the way off. Good morning, everyone. It's Thursday. We do have a poll, a question of the day for the day. And really it's about it's about the virgin birth. That's what our topic is, the virgin birth. What are your thoughts? And what are your thoughts on the virgin birth? There are 3 options plus an all-you-can-eat option. Number 1, Jesus has Joseph's eyes for some reason. That option is coming in 3rd place.
Oh my God, that's so funny. Like, how could you imagine like how pissed off Joseph would get every time somebody would come up to Jesus, like, oh, he looks just like his dad. Like, you fucking That's so funny.
Especially if he looked like Jesus's brother or Joseph's brother. Anyway, option number 2, which is not leading. It's not leading, surprisingly. It says Mary, a teenage girl, probably found a teenage boy, and well, we're just saying. Option number 3, surprisingly, is coming in last place with only 5% of the vote. With it's a miracle. Odd. I misspelled the miracle. Yes. And then, of course, the 4th option is, oh my God, these people will believe any fucking thing.
Ooh.
That one's leading with 61% of the vote.
Well, you know.
Yeah.
I would think that for this channel that would be the leading. If it wasn't, I'd be a little shocked.
Yes, we are biased a little bit. There's a little bit of a bias going. I do want to mention, you can tell I didn't AI this one because I misspelled a whole bunch of shit in this thing. What's wrong with you, man?
You know how many times I do that and I'm like, what was wrong with me at that moment?
Yeah.
Like, how did I not notice? My big fat thumbs, Siri misunderstanding me because I mumble, you know.
Could be. One of the times got me was in
the other.
Could be both. I dropped a video just after I started the channel back in 2019. It was a long time. And I was rewatching the video. I was doing something, and somebody in the comments like, hey, on your thing that says, you know, number, whatever. And it said, you misspelled this thing. And I'm like, son of a bitch. And I don't look, you know, I try to be really careful about that.
I mean, some people will spell things intentionally wrong. So they'll get comments to boost, like people, like they'll say the wrong there, or you know, your, something like that. But
sometimes doing things wrong makes you look stupid. That would be one of those.
Right. That's that. I don't try to do it. If I do it, but if I do it, I'm like, oh, that was intentional.
I did it on purpose. I was checking you out. Yeah.
I wanted Dade to comment.
Yeah. Well, it's like the whole, you know, how many people are going to go into my chat and go on that video whenever I drop, because I haven't dropped that video on YouTube. They're going to go, you know what? People don't do the holy, holy, holy is the Lord thing. It's just the angels around the throne.
Good.
Right. I thought about
Good.
that. That was
like,
baked
are you
into
sure?
it.
Are you certain? How do you know?
Does it say not? I don't think it does.
We can imply that maybe we do. We follow the lead of the angels.
You know, I had a stroke the other day and I hallucinated heaven. And while I was hallucinating heaven, and we can just make it up from there. Yes, this is what happened.
And I believe it.
Good morning, Sue Denham. Sue, I hope you're doing great. I don't see you terribly often. I'm sure you're busy and sleeping at this time. Big Zebra is here. Good morning, Big Zebra. Whenever you make a sign, the odds of making spelling or grammatical errors rise astronomically. That's true. Just, yeah. I can see that happening. Sapien Cephalopod, thank you for this. Holy, holy, holy. This might be worse soundtrack than Kenny G. I don't know. Good morning, Kelly Laughlin. You know what, guys? We've got about 10 more minutes, and I'm going to play. We've got a new product out from Father Flanagan's line of products, and I think you're going to enjoy it. Yes, Anal on the Throne. John, good morning, John. You're still pooping. That's good to know, man. Hey, as long as it's moving.
John.
It's when it stops moving. You know, don't die like Elvis. Don't die on the toilet pushing.
Oh,
Okay?
no.
Yeah.
No,
So as
you don't
long as
want
it's
your
flowing, yeah.
insides, your innards to be your outards. Don't
I remember
do that.
when I met my wife, I was all constipated, and I was like, oh no, I don't want to die like Elvis. She's like, don't push, you'll blow a vessel in your body and you'll die. That's how he died.
Yeah. Yikes.
He had, because of the drugs he did, it freezes up your colon.
Yeah, some of those medications
yeah.
really just stop all the movement.
Yes.
Like numbs your body to what it's supposed to do.
Yes. Well, yes. Cocaine and those other drugs do that too. Whatever he was on, it was doing that. And that's what caused him to have that problem. Anyway, John Hudson, Allie Bree, good morning. It's male ego. Joseph couldn't stomach the idea that Mary stepped out, so he entertained the idea of immaculate conception until he believed it himself. You know what, man? I don't think that's wrong. If you go look at what was the punishment for a girl, I don't know, for I don't know, she was the property, but the punishment back then, I believe she was to be stoned if she was, you know, if she was caught not a virgin. If you're not a virgin when they're on your wedding night, you're to be stoned. Not with marijuana.
Yeah, I don't know.
So that was the punishment. So whenever they brought it up at first, Joseph wasn't going to side with her. He didn't believe her at first. If I remember right, where's Dr. Kip when we need him?
Yeah, in one of the Gospels, I don't remember which, but he was doubtful. I don't know if it was Matthew or Mark, but he was doubtful if he would marry her.
Yeah, then he came around to that whole fact and went ahead and did the thing. So, I mean, I think it's more likely that he found a soft spot in his heart, realized she'd had sex with somebody else, and went ahead and took her in to save her from being unalived with the rocks. And then the story just got out of hand.
Maybe so.
Thank you for the $5. I know. Paul, where's Paul been? Paul says, I've used Super Chat just to get a mention. Can I have a repay? You can. Where are you? Let's see. Where are you in the thing? Paul? No take. Oh, that's right. The wife says once you rule of acquisition number 1, Paul.
Yeah, the Ferengis know.
The Ferengis know. Rule of acquisition number 1. Once you get their money, never give it back. That's rule of acquisition number 1. The wife really likes that. Hi, Paul. Thank you for joining us. We're here in a few minutes. Like I said, we've got a new product from Father Flanagan's line of products. We're going to run the commercial for that here in a little bit. I think you're going to enjoy it. Thank you all for joining us today. All sales are final.
All sales are final.
Paul, although I want to say, I hope you're doing great over there on the other side of the world. All of you people over there on the other side of the world. Thank you very much for joining us. The Shaken Fist, good morning. The ride that commercial has made me want to edit something. I'm going to go do that. See y'all later.
See you, bud.
Was the editing that bad that you're like, oh, man.
Like, oh, shit, I don't look that terrible.
No,
make sure you subscribe to the Shaken Fist, y'all, if you're not.
Yes, to the Shaken Fist. Oh, yeah, go subscribe to the Shaken Fist. Absolutely.
Go shake that
no more paying child support for Pantera. It's an unjust tax.
Pantera.
I don't understand.
Pantera.
Did Pantera get around a lot or what? They were whores on the road and they have a lot of...
Is that a Star Trek reference that we're forgetting? We're not getting?
I don't know. Good morning, Brent. Hey, thank you for joining us. Katie Dobson is here. Good morning, infidels, she says.
Oh, infidels?
The Shaken Fist is starting streaming in Monday, so it'll be sub is a good idea. Yeah, go subscribe to the Shaken Fist.
I do know that, Pantera. Isn't that from the Jewish texts that say that?
Oh, I missed it. What's it say? Let's see.
Or is there some kind of is that the one where there's a statue that people, or an inscription that people think has something to do with it?
Oh, I get you.
Yeah.
Pantera was a Roman.
Thank you.
I did not know that.
Oh, you didn't know that? I did, but I forgot, obviously.
I didn't know it. It doesn't take long for me to assimilate and go, wow, I don't doubt it. But I didn't know that. That's crazy.
Paul.
Yes.
Listen, if you try again, if you try one more time,
One
I'll
more
see
time,
if I
Paul.
can forward that
Yes.
to my YouTube boss.
There you go. Well, yes. Thank you for the £5. Super
Brian.
chat says no free refund, so I just wasted
Life
another
of
5
Brian.
points for that's right. Yes. Thank you though for your efforts, Paul. Thank you, Paul. We appreciate you.
Thanks, Paul.
Jester Java to Jugs panel ratio went downhill fast. Jester Java to Jugs panel ratio went downhill fast. I don't understand. $2. Thank you for the super chat. I'm rooting for the Javas. No, I think they're not doing it. I think they're going to maybe go at night, or they're going to go after the show, Daily Atheist Morning Show. I'm hoping they can find a way to go after me so I can shovel people off to them because they're so cool. There's so many respectable people over there that I dig.
We're just trying to
and it'd
figure
make
out
it
how
easy.
to do it yet.
Yeah.
And I feel
Magnet,
bad because I haven't even touched base. I'm a bad
you
person.
haven't checked in. Yes, you're going to hell for that one. Chick Magnate says attention is the only reason I do super chats. So I make a note, never talk to Chick Magnate until Chick Magnate throws money. I won't do that to you, Chick Magnate. Good morning. I hope you're having a great week, everybody. Thank you all for being here. Thank you all for just being wonderful now that I'm back. It makes me feel so good. You know, showing up to stream to 5 people is hard. I'd have done it, but man, you guys are wonderful. I
We
am
love
mean.
those 5 people. If there was only
We do.
5 people here, we would love
Yeah.
those 5 people.
You know, it's really amazing that right now we've got, according to my thing, 50 plus people are sitting here watching. When I was at NanoCon, I spoke probably to about that live. I'm amazed at how we don't really give the crowd that we get on these live streams the credit that they deserve. You know, I'm like, wow, 50 people. You guys are wonderful. Thank you very much. We appreciate the support. Thank you very much. We appreciate that. Amy Nicole Cervantes says, I'm watching. Good morning, Amy Nicole. Sue Denham, True Colors.
Good morning.
Ryan. Okay, guys. So here in just a minute, I'm dying to run this. I hope you're all here. Are you ready? You think I should go ahead and do it? Can I do it? I want to do it. Are you sure?
He's so
I think I wanna do
excited.
it.
He's so excited. He's so
I'm
excited.
excited. What we need is if we can, here's what we get. There are people who saw it earlier. If we can get 10 thumbs up in the chat, I'll run the commercial again. Yes, that's what we're
Let me
gonna
see
do.
those
10.
hands. Let me see those hands. Let me see those hands. Let me see them.
We'll see what happens. Yes, so I'm going to run it anyway. I just want you guys to know that. I just thought it would try a Durante kind of thing to survive. Okay, we've got the thumbs up coming in. That's fantastic. Okay, guys.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Look at you guys.
Oh, now see, does that count? Because Nutley did more than.
I think we're going to let that count. Brent did the hands even. Okay, here we go. For those of you who haven't seen it, we've got a new product out of Father Flanagan's Laboratories. Check it out. Peep this, my homies. We'll be back in just a moment. I hope you like this. Do you have a loved one who's on their deathbed, but they've yet to give themselves up to the Lord?
Are you sure you don't want to come to Jesus?
No.
This is your final chance.
No. Worried they're headed to the fiery pits of hell.
Your very last chance.
No. I've been wicked and sinful. I deserve to burn in the hot place.
As you wish. Farewell, my heathen husband.
Farewell, my... Well, fear not, my wayward child. Introducing Father Flanagan's line of post-mortem baptismal kits. No more worries about being miserable alone forever. Be a good Christian and share that eternal pain and suffering with the ones you love. I'm in hell. Not as hot as I thought it'd be. Kind of feels like Houston, minus the humidity. Hello. My favorite drink crafted to perfection. Ooh, and some dank ass weed.
I can't bear to be down on my face chanting, holy, holy, holy is the Lord, every day, all day, for all eternity, by myself.
Wow, is that George Carlin? And Alan Turing, look at that. Carl say, oh, I am so honored. You've been my hero since I was a kid. Neil deGrasse Tyson, what are you doing here? Oh, I get it. I get it. Schrodinger's heathen. Very cute, you. Very cute. That's fantastic. Oh, what is that? What is? It's holy water. Oh, it burns. No, this isn't where I want to be. Pabst Blue Ribbon and a Marlboro? No!
Father Flanagan's post-mortem baptismal kit. Dead kid tested, Mother Teresa approved.
Is that the Pope and John Paul? Jim Jones and Jimmy Swaggart, huh? I could see that coming. Neil deGrasse, what are you doing? Holy, holy, holy is the Lord. Holy, holy, holy is the Lord.
Thanks, Father Flanagan.
Damn them to an eternity in heaven for only $59.99. They wouldn't appreciate it, but you'll feel better, and that's the point, isn't it? Get yours now. Your heathen loved one's time is running out.
Holy, holy, holy is the Lord. This is some bullshit. Holy, holy, holy is the Lord. So, there you go. There's our new product from Father Flanagan's line of products. Sue, it's a parody commercial. Not sure if you're, getting that. Secular Feminist, an Oscar for Ryan. I know Ryan just knocked it out of the park. Did she not?
I was so melodramatic. I really was not that good. It wasn't good, but I was honestly laughing at myself. Like I had to stop and retake stuff.
Yeah.
I can't take myself seriously. It's really difficult.
You did great. It was it was a lot of fun. Let's see. Malalo says, hey, you guys look like the people in the commercial. Good morning, Malalo. Thank you for joining. Sue, if you didn't like it, man, just go away. I know. I've seen you in my chat before. You clutch your pearls. You're like, oh my goodness. And then you say something. Just go away. If you don't like it, just go away. I don't care. Everybody else likes it. So just go away. Neuro Geezer, good morning. Thank you for joining us. I hope you enjoyed it. I haven't seen anybody else that didn't like it. Allie Bree, for real, Ryan, you play a good Christian wife. You did a fantastic job, Ryan. You're wonderful. My absence is if all commercials were like that, no one would ever pay for subscriptions. I gotta tell you, one of the things I want to do is I'm gonna start letting other channels use them if they want during their live streams for a break. If you want to, go for a break, you can use my little commercials. I just need to brand them so people, know to come back to me for it.
Right.
So yeah.
Watermark or something. Is that what you're thinking of doing?
Yeah. Just something. Yeah. A little watermark. Yeah. That kind of thing. Just so whenever, and then giving it out to my friends and they, like no big obtrusive. I don't want it to be a big obtrusive. I want people to want to use it,
Mm-hmm. I think that is a great marketing idea.
Yeah. I think so. I believe, and I could be wrong, but I believe Justin with Deconstruction Zone was willing. We just got distracted. And Ways to Human says you'd totally use them. That's fantastic. And I give people the option. Not everybody's going to want to use the the altar boys, the inflatable altar boys one. Not everybody. But yeah, so that's what I'm going to do. Let me do this. Hold on. I'm going to make a note here. Bum, 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 bum. Let's see, a form. Gotcha. Boom, 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 boom. Because I got a lot of friends who'd like to use it. I think I enjoy making them. It made it fun. I've kind of lost my steam in the Daily Atheist Morning Show for the last little while, and it made it fun doing it again. And I've also got another video to drop. All I got to do is add some images. And one of the things I'm going to do in the second half of the hour is I'm going to show my last video that I dropped Monday. And it's really kind of pertinent to the conversations we were having yesterday. And whenever you see the video, you'll realize how many of those different things we were talking about that were in the video that we already covered. So let's see what's going on here. Rational Poet Jackie. Good morning, Rational Poet Jackie. We still got folks wandering in. Sean, I'm glad you were here in time for that. Later, Brent. Take care. See you later. Stay safe, my
Bye,
friend. Let's see here. Kelly. Good morning, Kelly. We got two of the Kellys in here, I think. Kelly Laughlin and Kelly
Convention too.
I know. The Daves and the Kellys. Goodness gracious. Ember is here. Good morning, Ember. I hope you got to see our new promotion for our latest product from Father Flanagan's line of products.
Morning.
Yes. Let me go here. Bomb Poppy. Let's see.
Whoopsies.
Yeah, I'm not, I don't, like I said, I remember whenever I first fired up the Daily Atheist Morning Show and Sue showed up in my chat, and I was like, man, that's cool. I dig Sue. She's cool. And then she wasn't cool. She just flounced and went on. I was like, oh, cool. That's cool. And then, like, every now and then she shows up in my chat. She's like, oh, and she goes away. And then I'll be watching somebody else's channel and I'll see her in the chat, and I try to be nice. I don't know, but this is what I get. This is, so now at this point, I just don't pay attention. And maybe I'm reading it wrong. I could be reading something wrong. It may be a sense of humor and I'm just missing everything. Maybe she may be on the same page. Am I just missing everything?
I don't know nothing.
I don't know. Je ne sais pas.
I'm just a baby.
Oceanus Helio says ancient temples used to have on-site prostitutes as part of the services. They wanted a higher percentage of the take, and here we are. I can't blame them. It's not a bad idea. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's true. Pure Devotional. That's a cool name. What is this show about? Why is it suggesting it to me? Well, we're a show about dolphins, and we love to take care of dolphins. Yes, that's what it is. All about dolphins. And we like to teach dolphins how to color their hair purple. Because it's an atheist show. What do you think it's about?
I'm a marine biologist.
That's yeah. Now, as to why it's suggesting it to you, maybe the algorithm is like, man, you're in too deep, and you need some help, and it just shot me out to you. Maybe, I don't know.
Maybe it knew that you needed some weirdos in your life.
Pure Devotional, excellent response with the dolphin emoji. That's fantastic. And I didn't know you could do that, Ryan. I had no idea you could. When you did that, I almost broke up.
We should all be asking ourselves, why does Ryan make all these weird noises? Or maybe we shouldn't be asking.
We shouldn't ask. Don't ask. Just enjoy. Pure Devotional says I'm Christian, so I guess the algorithm is off. Well, yeah. What I've been doing is I've been trying to target my CTR, my SEO, to reach out to ex-Christians, regular old atheists, people who are skeptical, and people who are questioning, deconstructing. And somehow you probably got wrapped up in there, I would guess, So there's a little, if you go in the channel thing, you can go click on the little 3 dots and say, don't recommend this channel to me. And it won't do it to you anymore,
Yeah.
But otherwise, hang out. We're fun.
I mean, YouTube recommends Christian stuff to me all the time.
All the time.
What are you not getting? Like, I understand that I have an interest in this specific topic, but that's a completely different side of the coin. That's like saying, oh, I like politics. I'm a Democrat. I want to watch like Republican politics. Like, no, I don't want to watch that. Like that doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah.
Don't recommend that.
Yeah. One of the things is like on my Daily Atheist Morning Show Facebook page, when I surf with that page, like on my wall, it's all right-wing crap. I'm finally starting to get it away from that, but it's hard to believe how much that crap they push. Pure Devotional says, love it. I'm staying on All About the Dolphins. That's cool. We've actually got a couple of Christians who really do hang out and enjoy they banter with our people. Sometimes they debate. Sometimes they our people need to get over themselves sometimes, like, all right, and they'll go after you, but be nice and they'll be nice. That's cool.
I mean, we have our moments where there's people who do argue back and forth, but then for the most part, I feel as though they're fairly good at just letting it go.
Yeah. And we got mods that bounce people that are jerks. So let's see what the chat is saying here. Jester, good morning, Jester, says, I don't ask why she's making those noises. I check my bank statement to ensure that I'm not getting an OF charge for getting to hear them. I know, right? You should have been here the other day, brother. I don't mean it. Sorry, Ryan. I'm sure HR, I'll get a note from HR.
Oh, no.
But she got up to go away, or she came back or something. I don't know what it was, but the camera froze with her just leaning up, just right on her cleavage. I didn't do it. It wasn't me. Nobody saw me.
It was the weirdest thing. It was the freak accident.
Yes, I don't know if it was weird. But in order to see if it was weird or not, I've gone back several times and watched that clip. Just
Shut the fuck
Good morning, Tux TV.
Oh,
Thank you for joining
Lord.
us. Nelson Ortiz Jr. is here. Good morning to those who are waking and baking. Oh, yeah.
Oh dear, is that true, Bomb Poppy? Was he saying jugs? What?
The best part was when it happened. Chris was saying jugs. Yeah, we were talking about the jugs and that other show with the ladies, and you just happened at perfect timing. That was fantastic.
Now I want to watch it back just to see.
Yeah. Dave Murphy says, I mean, if Jesus really existed and did all that was attributed of him, then who's to say that Peter fucking Pan didn't exist, or Neverland, or Aladdin?
Right.
That's true.
This is where you hear people say, well, we have more evidence for Jesus than we do. And I don't know, they use some emperor, whatever, emperor, like, no, not true.
Mm-mm. I love it whenever they bring the Josephus thing out. I'm like, no, that doesn't count.
Yeah, no, he wasn't writing at the same time that Jesus was alive.
See, like that was perfect. Java and Jugs, that's what I was saying, Java and Jugs. And I'm hoping they keep on going with their show. I don't know, I'm doing my own today. I don't know if they're actually running now at the same time or not. I don't know. I'll learn how to port them over regardless. Secular HR department, we reviewed it extensively just to be sure. Thank you for that. Yeah.
Oh, that's perfect.
Anytime I make any kind of jokes like that, or she'd be like there, and I'm like, oh, and looking like this, like moving up is going to help it all anyway. Then I got to look behind me as the evil one back there with a bat.
Get him. Hit him.
Let's see, Dade Murphy. I'm transfixed watching Ryan simply exist in her chair. I know.
Oh, Dade.
HR keeps me from saying anything further. If Christians had a single thing from the first century, they would make it a thing to make a pilgrimage to see it. That's true. That is a good point. If there were really something they actually do have some things, if I may. Ooh, they do have some things. They have the Catholic Church has relics. They have relics. They do. They have like the pieces of hay from the manger Jesus was born in. They have a piece of wood that was part of the crib that Jesus was born. Let me see if I've got this. Do I have this commercial up here real quick? And you know what else they got? They actually have the foreskin of baby Jesus. You're not going to believe this. I didn't believe it, but I mean. I was completely blown away whenever I heard it. I was like, oh yeah, that makes sense. Jesus was a Jew, and as such, he was circumcised 8 days after his birth. And guess what? You guessed it. They claim to have the actual foreskin of baby Jesus. Well, 5 or 6 different churches each claim to have the actual foreskin of baby Jesus. But surely one of them is bound to be authentic, right? And I'm sure they put... And I'm sure they put it on display from time to time, as Catholic folk are wont to do. So you can probably even go look at the dick flesh of your Holy Savior if you want. Anyway, we're back, and we are back. So, there you go. They actually do have, they claim to have the foreskin of baby Jesus. So the holy
I wonder if you
purpose.
blow bubbles with it.
I don't know. Well, it's one of those things. Pure devotional. Yes, we do have relics. We have the skull of Mary Magdalene.
Wait, say
Really?
again?
Pure devotional says they have the skull of Mary Magdalene. I didn't know that.
Whoa.
I would have to look
That's
that
a big
up.
deal.
Yeah.
It's a very big deal.
Amy Nicole Cervantes says, it is supposed to be part of the Holy Grail. I'm kind of not sure. Was it the skull? Is the Holy Grail made out of Mary Magdalene's skull? That would be fantastic. Like a Viking drink.
Fuck. That would be so terrible. In
yes,
another dimension.
yes. That's funny. Okay. The foreskin. Okay. Well, that's the question. Actually, it's more than one. There's several churches across Europe, I believe, who claim to have the foreskin of baby Jesus. So you got to ask yourself the question: did baby Jesus' foreskin keep growing back, magically healing itself, and they just kept taking more and sending it to different churches? Or was he just a really hung savior baby? Like a inner tube kind of thing, and they just cut off little pieces of it because he was that well hung. I'm not really sure. We'll have to find out.
Like partitioned it out and
Yes.
Gave everybody their piece. Yeah. For longevity. God forbid, like if you just had one church that had the one single solitary foreskin,
right?
If something happened to that church, if it burnt down, if it got raided, land pirates of sorts, you'd lose the foreskin of Jesus.
You would lose the foreskin of Jesus. That's true.
You chop it up into little tiny bits, into slices, and then divvy it out.
Wow.
That's crazy.
That's Wile E. Coyote. That's pretty smart. Yeah, that's sharp right there.
What am I talking about? It's like a fruit cake. It lasts forever, but
yeah.
Sharing is caring.
But do you really want to eat it?
You don't want to. You don't really want to eat it, but it's a gift that you have to keep.
True. Here's the deal. We mock. We're not the ones that keep baby peppuses in boxes. I mean, right? I'm just saying.
Listen.
Calamari.
Listen, as much as they the divine calamari, as much as they want to say we're twisted, and got brain rot, skibbity atheists.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not clinging on to a dead piece of flesh.
Right. Even the small account you gave me is more than I could stomach. Oh, that's good. That's good. But you're still here. Are you talking to me? You may be talking to someone else. You could ask Ryan. We were talking behind the scenes during the commercial. I'm trying to give you the benefit of the doubt. Maybe I'm just reading the chats wrong. Pure devotion. Remember, Mary was told that he was the Messiah at the time of conception. Yeah, I think Gabriel did. Was it Gabriel that informed her? Yeah. Yeah, informed her.
And it was the Holy Spirit that entered her. Is that what it was?
I think so. I think it may have been the Holy Spirit. I don't know. I don't think there was a lot of consent. There probably wasn't a lot of consent.
Can you really consent if a divine being is asking something of you? Like,
would you?
Can you say no? Can you say no to a divine being?
Could you say no? Could you say no
right.
to a divine being?
That's like a child saying no to their parent. If a child asks something of you, you expect your child to just obey.
That's very true. Yeah. Well, they do, in fact. And if you disobey the child, there's some severe repercussions for that in the Bible.
Yeah.
Boom, ba-dum-bum.
Let me tell you that story.
I just want to, Onan can, huh? Oh, that reminds me. Onan is, in fact, in the next video. In the video I'm going to show you in the next hour.
How about that?
Yes. What I'm going to do, because we do have a new commercial, a new parody commercial, a new line of products from Father Flanagan's line of products that I'm going to run again at the top of the hour before we do Theocracy Watch. But our people do have their fixes that they need to get.
I'm sorry, I do not have one. I'm so sorry. I forgot to tell you.
No, that's fine.
Apologies, guys. Don't hate me. Don't hate me.
No, that's quite all right. No, we've offset that with a new parody,
there we
go. Product. So let me go back to here. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to run a normal one and give us a little break, and then we'll come back here in a minute, and we'll at the top of the hour in another 10 minutes, we will show you the new product if you haven't seen it yet. So here we go with the pod.
Flanagan,
Yes, sir. Very disturbing, I know.
fetch me Father Flanagan.
Your Highness.
You are in the presence of His Holiness, the Puppius Maximus, guardian of the sacred fire hydrant, defender of the holy tennis ball, and eater of the golden kibble, Pup Oliver Poopsalop the Fifth.
Your popedom. I heard you have a bone to pick with me.
Condoms, Father Flanagan?
No, thank you. I've got plenty.
That's what I mean. Why are you selling condoms?
Oh, you mean our Pharaoh Sombrero line of condoms? Understood.
You know how we feel about those around here.
Well, they're not to be used by the Catholics, of course.
Not for Catholics?
No, they're part of our Sinner Gonna Sin lack of faith outreach program.
A sinner gonna what?
It's like getting the tithe, but from the heretics and the heathens and the atheists.
Oh, well, when you put it like that,
But, Your Highness, this will reflect very poorly on the church.
true. You know what this means, Flanagan?
Warning label, a warning label on the box, not for Catholics in big letters.
Too subtle.
Instant purgatory if used by Catholics.
I like it. Divine branding.
Excellent, your popedom. Would there be anything else?
That will be all. You may leave.
You know, that's a really good point. Secular feelingness has to say there. I would say enthusiastic consent would be required. Any imbalance with the power dynamic isn't really consent. Yeah, that's kind of a tough one. I got to be honest, and I don't like to give them the credit, if you know what I mean, but it'd be so hard for the God creature to get what we call legitimate consent. You know what I mean? Because if she's religious, then she's never going to say no. I'm here to do this thing so you can save all of mankind or whatever in the spirit of the holy whatever. You know, I just don't see how she could say no. I don't see why she would say no.
Right. And that's not a choice. Like if a gangster comes to your grocery store and says, I'm going to protect you for this amount of money. Do you have the ability to say no to that gangster? Sure. And you'll probably be in a body bag at the bottom of a river somewhere. That's just how I see it. That power imbalance has to be acknowledged.
Yeah. I just don't know. It's just such a hard thing. I get it. I do get it. I just don't know how they would play around that. That's just one of those. I just don't see how they play around. How they could get past that one. Because
they probably think Mary's lucky.
She probably would too.
I mean, for women, we don't get that many in the Bible who are first off named or do anything remarkable. So Mary's one of them. So you put yourself in that position. Oh, if God ever asked me like to have his baby, heck yeah, I want to do that.
That would be kind of the thing. Yeah. That's so I've seen the deal about did she have consent or how she said consent. I don't know. I don't know. But if she ever did say, okay, yes, do me now, do me hard, whatever consent would mean, in that, I wouldn't be surprised. It doesn't, I don't know. It's just one of those things that I just don't know. It's a tough call. Pure Devotional says she can say no, like you are saying no. That's true. She can. Would they write it in their book? Would they say that she resisted the power of the Lord? Would they tell it in their book that she did? They might, that as an example. They probably would as an example to those who resist the power of the Lord.
Maybe they were predecessors. Maybe she was the
Maybe.
first to say yes. The others didn't
Maybe.
make it to be written about.
Let me check our poll and see what's going on here, though. Let's see here. The question of the day, because that's our topic, is what are your thoughts on the virgin birth? And so far, let's see, 9% of the 70 votes. Wow, a lot of people are voting this morning. Ain't you guys got something better to do? Thank you for voting. We got 70 votes, and let's see, 9% of the vote says Jesus has Joseph's eyes for some reason. Yes, that makes sense. 26% of the vote said Mary, a teenage girl, probably found a teenage boy and things happened. 6% of the vote are probably Christians because 6% said it's a miracle. But leading with the numbers, 60% said, oh my God, these people will believe any fucking thing. So, yeah, oddly. Chris is obsessed with his poll. I am obsessed with my poll.
Show me your poll.
Muttley Von Erich. So maybe the Holy Spirit, what a time traveler, Jack the Ripper, traveling through time, saying, yeah, that would be cool.
Sure name Mary. Damn. Oh man, could you imagine like if you had to go back in time and try to find, there's so many Marys back in the day.
Oh, right. Oh, it'd be like the Terminator.
Yeah.
Are you Maddie? The Terminator going back to take out Mary before Jesus is born. That's a wild story. That's fascinating. I would watch that.
5,000 Maddies dead.
No loaves and fishes for you.
No miracle today, sucker.
That's right. Dade Murphy says, Pure Devotional has zero evidence they can adduce to substantiate any of the nonsense in that. That's kind of a good point. There's a lot of things they can't. I think it's a lack of understanding and education on their side. Often, they just don't know. A lot of them just don't know. But then again, a lot of people who they're not. We're here because we do this. We do this. We're atheists who actively engage with Christians. Not all the Christians who wander thusly into our chat are Christians who spend their time engaging and debating their own religion, which would explain why they don't know all the things that we tend to know, because we're kind of prepared. We've been through this before, and again and again and again. Chris Moore is here. The virgin birth. There exist many examples of such things in other mythologies that predate Christianity. Just saying. I appreciate that. We just hadn't gotten there yet. We were talking about that on the show the other day. That there were quite a few. Matter of fact, if I remember right, Josephus spoke more and at length more, or spoke of other prophets and more about them than he did Jesus or any of that stuff. So they don't seem to mention that.
Yeah.
Jade Murphy. Let's see. Pure Devotional. Yeah, I need a sling. All right, guys. Chat is moving. When I detect a Christian in our midst, it's like a shark smelling the blood. That is kind of true. Dave does tend to go after them. So.
Yahweebs. I like the Yahweebs.
Yahweebs.
Yeah.
Well, it is. Funny. I think we're close enough to the top of the hour. We're going to go do that thing one more time. Oh, yeah. I do need to read the poll comments. I'll do that when I get back. After I read the poll, after we get back, we'll read some poll comments, and then we'll watch Monday's video and see what you guys think of Monday's video. Here is the new product from Father Flanagan's line of products, if you haven't seen it yet.
Do you have a loved one who's on their deathbed, but they've yet to give themselves up to the Lord?
Are you sure you don't want to come to Jesus?
No.
This is your final chance.
No. Worried they're headed to the fiery pits of hell.
Your very last chance.
No. I've been wicked and sinful. I deserve to burn in the hot place.
As you wish. Farewell, my heathen husband.
Farewell, my... Well, fear not, my wayward child. Introducing Father Flanagan's line of post-mortem baptismal kits. No more worries about being miserable alone forever. Be a good Christian and share that eternal pain and suffering with the ones you love.
I'm in hell. Not as hot as I thought it'd be. Kind of feels like Houston, minus the humidity. Hello. My favorite drink crafted to perfection. Ooh, and some dank ass weed.
I can't bear to be down on my face chanting, holy, holy, holy is the Lord, every day, all day, for all eternity, by myself.
Wow, is that George Carlin? And Alan Turing, look at that. Carl say, oh, I am so honored. You've been my hero since I was a kid. Neil deGrasse Tyson, what are you doing here? Oh, I get it. I get it. Schrodinger's heathen. Very cute, you. Very cute. That's fantastic. Oh, what is that? What is? It's holy water. Oh, it burns. No, this isn't where I want to be. Pabst Blue Ribbon and a Marlboro? No!
Father Flanagan's post-mortem baptismal kit. Dead kid tested, Mother Teresa approved.
Is that the Pope and John Paul? Jim Jones and Jimmy Swaggart, huh? I could see that coming. Neil deGrasse, what are you doing? Holy, holy, holy is the Lord. Holy, holy, holy is the Lord.
Thanks, Father Flanagan.
Damn them to an eternity in heaven for only $59.99. They wouldn't appreciate it, but you'll feel better, and that's the point, isn't it? Get yours now. Your heathen loved ones' time is running out.
Holy, holy, holy is the Lord. This is some bullshit. Holy, holy, holy is the Lord. We are back. Kelly Laughlin, nice to see you in the chat again, bud. Thank you. Off to open the store. Good luck. Have a good day. We'll have to get you on the show. I've just been a slacker. Well, I've been doing a lot of stuff, Kelly. So, but it was nice seeing you on the show, or being with you on the show. What was it, a month ago? We were on together over on
Something like that.
Talk Heathen? Yeah, over on one of the Atheist Experience channels. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And of course, I got to meet Kelly and Greg James and all those people at the NanoCon. Yeah. And we really enjoyed each other. It was wonderful. I'm all mentioning this because Sue is in there telling me that I'm anti, or this somehow AXP is not going to like me for some reason. I don't know. Going on like she's some kind of an authority. I think that's what I saw as I watched the chat scroll by. No true atheist. That's a good one. Dank weed or back problems for eternity. Either one. That's a good point, John. Okay, so I've got a video that I want to show you guys that I want to do here. And it's really one I dropped Monday, and it's one we've talked about these topics a lot. So whenever we do the thing, whenever I pop this video, they'll be able to hear you. So if you'll just mute yourself, Ryan, while we do this, I mean, if you don't want to, you don't have to, but I'm just letting you know that you'll have a hot mic. So let's do this one here. Let's go here. Give me a minute, folks. Give me a minute. All right, here I am. I'm going to go here and here. Thank you for your patience as I get this together. My engineer's not with us right at the moment. So here we go. Check out this video. I'm going to make it biggie on the screen. Highlight. There we go. Awesome sauce. I don't mute myself. Boop. What do you think of whenever you think of the God of the Bible? Kind, loving, merciful, a thoughtful guide on this journey we call life, a healer, a loving father. Do you think of the God of the Bible as a patient, wise, caring, reasonable God? If so, then you are absolutely wrong. The God of the Bible is none of these things, ever. And I'm amazed anyone considered that creature a loving father. It's a rage monster who solves every problem with threats and violence. If you look through the text, you'll find that there are no examples of God resolving conflict or dissent in a sane, reasonable way. Every story follows the same pattern: anger, punishment, and bloodshed. Even the so-called merciful moments come only after he threatens destruction. That is not morality. That is divine terrorism. Believers claim the Bible is the foundation of human morality, but when you actually read the stories, what you see is a God who lashes out like an unstable toddler over and over again. Instead of wisdom, you find slaughter. Instead of patience, you find mass death. This is not a guide for moral living. It is a record of cruelty. Let's look at just some of the evidence, some of the low-hanging fruit, if you will. In Genesis chapter 6, God looks at humanity and decides the solution is global genocide. Instead of teaching or guiding mankind, God drowns men, women, children, and yes, even the innocent animals. There is no record, even in God's own book, of him ever trying to rehabilitate or save the humans of the day. This is the foundation of biblical morality and a recurring theme we'll see again and again throughout the Bible. Genesis chapter 11 tells us that people came together to build the tower. No violence, no harm, just human cooperation. Verse 6 says, "But the Lord came down to see the city and the tower that the people were building. The Lord said, if as one people speaking the same language they have begun to do this, then nothing they plan will be impossible for them." That sounds great, doesn't it? God is celebrating the cooperation and achievements of his creation. But oh wait, that is not what he means. The very next line says, "Come, let us go down and confuse their language so they will not understand each other." God's response to peaceful human ambition was sabotage, scattering people across the earth out of his own jealousy and fear. In Genesis 19, entire cities are wiped out. Verse 24 reads, "Then the Lord rained down burning sulfur on Sodom and Gomorrah from the Lord out of the heavens." Instead of addressing corruption and injustice, God nukes the entire population, erasing innocent lives in the process. Abraham even tries to talk this rage monster down from killing these people. "If I can find 10 good people in the city, will you spare it?" God says yes. Then they don't even look. The bargaining stops there, and God gets to work destroying the cities. There were not 10 innocent children in this whole city. The book of Exodus shows God playing games with Pharaoh's heart, then punishing the people for it. Exodus 12, verse 29 says, "At midnight the Lord struck down all the firstborn in Egypt, from the firstborn of the Pharaoh who sat on the throne to the firstborn of the prisoner who is in the dungeon, and the firstborn of all the livestock as well." God kills children, even prisoners' families, and animals just to prove a point. Pharaoh even wants to give in, but the Lord hardens his heart. God even admits he's not doing it because of Pharaoh, but so the God monster can show the rest of the world for generations what kind of horrors he's capable of. This is not exaggeration or hyperbole on my part. Exodus 10, 1 through 2. "Then the Lord said to Moses, go to Pharaoh, for I have hardened his heart and the hearts of his officials, so that I may perform these signs of mine among them, that you may tell your children and grandchildren how I dealt harshly with the Egyptians and how I performed my signs among them, and that you may know that I am the Lord." My signs? The signs of this loving God are plague, starvation, fear, and death? Think about that for a moment. Think about that for a moment. So let me ask you, can you think of a single story in the Bible where God solves a problem with patience, fairness, or calm reasoning without the looming threat of pain or death? Leave it in the comments below, because I couldn't find one. Numbers 21 verse 6 says, "Then the Lord sent venomous snakes among them. They bit the people, and many Israelites died." What was their crime? Theft? Murder? No, it was complaining about food and water in the desert while on their 40-year journey to the promised land. Instead of providing better food for his people, God sent serpents to slaughter them. This is the God you people worship? I'm sure an apologist will find a way to explain how it was their own fault and they deserved it, but still. In 2 Samuel chapter 6, verses 6 and 7, Uzzah reaches out to steady the Ark of the Covenant when the oxen stumble. The text says, "The Lord's anger burned against Uzzah because of his irreverent act. Therefore God struck him down, and he died there beside the ark." A man tries to protect a holy box, God's holy box, from falling, and God kills him instantly? Merciful? Loving? Genesis 38 verses 9 and 10 records the story of Onan. But Onan knew that the child would not be his, so whenever he slept with his brother's wife, he spilled his semen on the ground to keep from providing offspring for his brother. What he did was wicked in the eyes of the Lord, so the Lord put him to death also. God kills Onan for refusing to father a child with his dead brother's wife, as is according to custom. Why couldn't he soften Onan's heart? And isn't that an odd custom for God's chosen people, to sex up your own dead brother's wife? That's weird, isn't it? There was no better solution, no better resolution to that problem that God could find. Really? Well, apparently because it became a blessed custom worthy of killing a man over and writing in a holy book. In Acts chapter 5, Ananias and Sapphira are part of the early Christian community. They sell their own property, but secretly keep some of the money. Verses 5 through 10 say, didn't it belong to you before it was sold? And after it was sold, wasn't the money at your disposal? What made you think of doing such a thing? You have not lied just to human beings, but to God. When Ananias heard this, he fell down and died. At that moment, Sapphira fell down at his feet and died. God strikes them dead on the spot for dishonesty about money. But that's not really it, is it? When you really look through the God haze, what you realize is these people weren't punished for stealing. They weren't punished for taking someone else's money. They were punished with immediate death for not handing over every single coin from their own property sale to the church leaders. That's what makes this particular punishment so grotesque. And the preachers often use these passages to spur people to tithe. It's just disgusting. Do you see the pattern? Rage, destruction, death, whether it's drowning the planet, burning cities, or killing a man for touching a box. The God of the Bible never resolves conflict with reason or fairness. Even his so-called mercy comes with a knife to the throat. In Jonah chapter 3, Nineveh is spared. True, but only after God threatens total annihilation. That is not mercy. That's a hostage situation. The Bible presents a God who constantly behaves like a violent tyrant, not a moral teacher. Every act of justice is rooted in fear and slaughter. Every act of mercy is framed as a threat. This is the book these people get their morals from, and it explains why for 2,000 years they've been fighting, oppressing, and killing people by the millions. Why? For the Bible tells them so. The Bible is full of these going after a fly with a shotgun moments. A moral guide? Hardly. The notion that this God is anything but hate and violence incarnate is just delusional. True morality requires patience, fairness, and wisdom, qualities the God of Abraham has never displayed. Look at me, a puny human. I have better morals than the God monster from the book of death called the Bible. So when people tell you the Bible is a guide to moral living, remember that the text actually says it does not reveal a God worthy of worshiping. It exposes a rage monster, and it shows us exactly why human morality must come from reason, not religion. Click over here to check out my latest video, and if you're into the top 10s thing, click here. Sin safely, my friends.
I like it. Oh, you're muted.
We talked about a lot of those things this week. Onan.
Right?
Yeah, of course, it's hard not to talk about those.
The Pharaoh's heart. We've discussed that one quite often.
The Pharaoh's heart.
If he had the ability to change Pharaoh's heart, then he had the ability to change Pharaoh's heart. So why
Yes.
wouldn't you take that opportunity to change him into a good human being who could even then possibly bring his people to Yahweh?
Right. Sapien Cephalopod says Onan, the original goon. Sue says I'm more confused. Sue says I'm more confused. Sue, you know, you'd save yourself some time if you just put that on a hat. Neurogeezer, but you don't have to watch this. Oh yeah, that's true. Talking to Sue. Bomb Poppy, Allie Bree, you guys are wonderful. Thank you all for the video. So what did you think? Can anybody in the chat give me an example of Jesus doing anything, or not Jesus, God doing anything without the threat of looming death, punishment, violence, that sort of thing? I can't think of nothing. I mean, even Jesus, the whole purpose of Jesus is believe in me or die. Like that image at the end, I love that image. It says, love me or die, or else, love me or else. Because that's really what it is. So even though you might think Jesus is some sort of, some sort of blah, 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 this or blah, 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 that, he still falls under this thing because it's still under threat, constant threat.
That's a novel idea, Sapient Cephalopod. That's a very novel idea.
You know, here's the deal. God, that's a great point. God, or maybe God could have enlightened Pharaoh's heart. That's a good one.
Why didn't God think of that?
Why didn't God? You know, it's amazing. God is all powerful and all this stuff. Why did he have to do that to the Pharaoh to demonstrate his power to the people whenever he really could have just changed all their hearts.
Right? That to me shows power. Using
Yeah.
the ability of like conversation to compromise. That to me is something I value far more than someone who can just throw a fist and knock someone out. I'm not saying that it's not called for at times, but I mean, if you want to show people like how worthy you are of love, but I guess he doesn't care. He doesn't care to be worthy of love. He just wants to force you to do it.
Yeah.
Which is what
Yeah,
a
that's-
tyrant would do. So.
Yeah, I don't think I don't think there are any good examples. Sorry, guys, my eyes are yawning. I don't think there are any good examples in the Bible. I mean, Abraham, that's a horrible example. Horrible example. He was going to sacrifice his son. Oh, it was mercy. Yes, it was mercy that the angels stopped him from sacrificing his own son. That's a bad example.
Yikes.
And that, of course, there's always the deal about Moloch. We go off on that all the time. The goat of oppression. I like that, Bomb Pop.
The goat of oppression. What the hell?
Yeah.
Oh,
I don't know, but I dig it. I don't know.
I like it.
My eye holes are bugging me. Let's see if I can do it without the glasses. Nope. Let's do this. Let's see. Secular feelingness, because he's a dick who's jealous about how much more metal the Egyptian pantheon was. They were awesome. They were rock. They banged, and he was like sucked. He sucked. Ali Bree, that is a great point. It's just property theft. That's one of the things about adultery is it's really about property theft. Adultery is more about property.
Marriage is about property.
Right.
Like
That's
everybody
true.
making a big deal about marriage nowadays. It's not biblical. Like, boy, if you knew what biblical marriage was all about, shut the hell up.
Well, whenever let's stop, drop, and roll for just a moment, though. We talk about that. We say that. If you knew how biblical marriage was, let's put that in a box right over here. Boop, in a box. Okay. Now, what's the name of that lady who's over there refused? She took the county clerk who took people to court.
Oh, Kim Davis.
Kim Davis.
Freaking
Okay.
Skibbity Christian. She is the definition of a skibbity Christian.
And she's had like a bunch of marriages, and she's cheated on with this guy, and she had a child with this guy under this guy and this guy and this guy. And all these things, she cheated while she was married here. She did this thing. It sounds she really did. Remember we put it in this box up here?
Mm-hmm.
Marriage. It sounds like she was paying attention. Really?
I mean,
that's how they are. Yeah. I mean, they want us to believe biblical marriage is a sacred thing, but it's not. Right. And whenever one of them acts that way, they are actually demonstrating what the Bible truly is.
The reality of it.
That's part of what my series is about, what I'm working on, pointing that out.
And I feel like when Christians don't call it out, like if you're a Christian, I'm not saying you're going to change people's minds, but if you're complacent and don't speak up and say like, ooh, that's not how Christianity is, well, then I have only seen this example to say, oh, I guess this is my example what Christianity is, because I don't see you saying anything different.
That's true.
It's like a democratic acceptance, like right. Christians in a democracy format have been like, not my problem.
We've got Christian nationalism running this country, trying to force it on us, and there are not enough, pardon the expression, good Christians speaking out against it. Yeah, speaking out against it. I don't want to say there are none though. There are Christians out there who are they're I want to say good people out there who are saying, listen, this is my religion. I don't feel the need to force it on other people. That's kind of the deal. But not enough. Not enough. They're not preaching that from the pulpit.
No.
From the pulpit's coming things like women shouldn't be able to vote. That's the things that's coming from the pulpit right now on the right.
Yeah.
So.
And now that like Trump has taken those reins off, that the train has left the station. There's no holds bar because they're allowed to tell you who to vote for now. And speaking about politics, so they've got all of these all of these gateways locked down. It's all locked down now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I don't know. It is a frustrating situation that we have. Let me check this over here and see what else we've got going on.
Indeed.
I want to start doing a thing where I can highlight people's comments and do, the crazy Christian comments of the day. I'm just not ready. I've been doing other stuff. So I'm going to go check my poll. And I do have now one of the things we watched my last video I dropped on Monday. Tomorrow, I'm dropping another video. I've almost got it done. I just got to add some pictures and stuff and shake the magic sauce on it, and it'll be done. So look for that video tomorrow. So right, 73 votes so far. Oh, we need to read the comments section from the vote.
Oh yeah, you
so
said you read the comments.
Yes, we've been doing the thing. So 70 votes, 73 votes. I'll do them in the last place to first. How's that? Coming in last place, it's a miracle. 5% of the people said it's a miracle. The topic is, what are your thoughts on the virgin birth? Is coming in next to last place. Jesus has Joseph's eyes for some reason, with 8% of the vote. 26% of the vote said Mary, a teenage girl, probably found a teenage boy, and 26% of the vote. And then the most people, 60% of the vote, have gone for, oh my God, these people will believe anything. That one's leading right now. So let me check our thing. Who was it? Secular Feelinist who had words? Oh, sapien cephalopod. I think it was.
They got words.
Let me go here. I'm going to sort by newest first. So Jason Freer says no characters in that story actually existed as far as the virgin birth goes. Fine, Jason, go sucking the air out of our fun. All right, what we're going to do, though, we're going to give them the benefit of the doubt that they did exist. That's what we're going to do. Okay. Adrian Belgrade says one of the things that theists look at as validation of the sovereignty of Christ also had to happen to fulfill OT prophecies about his birth. Just my thoughts on his birth. Enjoy the show today. Okay, gotcha. Thank you for that. I don't know if there was an Old Testament prophecy it fulfilled. Is there? I'd like to know what the scripture was that allegedly.
I say no. Because I don't believe it's real. But of course, they're trying to retroject Jesus into scriptures where he doesn't belong.
Yes, exactly right. And one of the things I notice here, thank you, Adrian, says one of the things that theists look at as this is one of the things look at as validation of Jesus' sovereignty is the virgin birth. Well, yeah, but many times, how many times have anybody out there heard him go, oh, well, that's just a metaphor, or it wasn't real, or, I've seen them waffle around that to where they don't actually believe Jesus was born of a virgin, that it was actually Joseph's kid or some business like that, especially whenever you start talking genealogies. And how is this supposed to be the son of David if God popped in there? Oh, wait a second. Right. Now we all of a sudden want to count mama's DNA.
It's supposed to be through the man's lineage as well.
That's right.
They broke the chain.
That's true.
God would have broken that chain.
Because where in the Bible do they care about women's lineage? I don't remember them mentioning it at all. Really, I could be wrong. The mother of the I don't think.
Not that I ever know of. I know they've gone on very long. I think the Jehovah's Witnesses filmed a video of like 4 minutes of them reading one of the lineages.
Jesus.
Yeah,
yes,
it was like 4 minutes long. Oh, brother. Yeah.
Judaism. Fish Fanatic says Judaism tracks through the mother. Interesting. I would just like to know how.
Yeah.
I mean, they do. I think it's interesting. I think we need a matriarchal society. Let's see. Golden Alt 3166 says Joseph, he better be the only son of God. That's what Joseph was saying, according to him. Question, the shadow on the wall says, shout out to Atheist for inspiring the revolutionary comrade Robin Westman. Really showed those evil Christians who run things. I don't know who Robin Westman is. Does anybody know who Robin Westman is? Westman?
Sounds familiar, but I do not know.
No idea. Let's go here. Robin identified as a suspect in a school shooting. I don't know why. He's almost certainly a Catholic. I don't know why you're blaming us. That's
What?
weird. Yeah, there was a school shooting yesterday at a Catholic school.
Yes, I did. I saw that.
Yes.
Oh
And
my
this individual
God.
is probably falling for some right-wing media bullshit saying it was an atheist. And I don't know.
I haven't had a chance to look into
knows?
it yet.
Maybe it was an atheist. This is not really where you'd want to put that comment, though, is it? I mean, question the shadow on the wall. Is that okay? Fine. Cephalopod says, can we talk about the genealogy? Seriously, clearly the authors of the New Testament did not believe Mary was a virgin if they gave genealogies for Joseph. Seriously. Are you telling me that they didn't have a genealogy for Mary? Surely her father had one. Yeah. I want to mention the whole thing about Mary and being a virgin. Okay. Somebody in the chat earlier said, since Mary never was engaged with a device of a penile nature, if you know what I mean, then therefore she's still a virgin. Okay. But Mary was also considered a virgin after having, she was always a virgin, the perpetual virgin. Jester for $2 said, maybe it's evidence that Mary was trans. Oh, don't say that too loudly. You'll have the Christians coming out of the woodworks, Jester.
Don't make them angry.
Yes. Well, let me see here. Let me check that out. Where was it? Yes.
I know
Go
that it like in the in Jesus' birth narrative. Thanks. Hi. I know what I'm saying. That they discussed, is it Elizabeth who is John the Baptist's mom or whatever, like, you know, the one who's supposed to come before Jesus. And there was like something special there. And then there was, they do kind of make it like she was chosen, like before she was chosen somehow, but
Well,
again,
they would,
it's just
yeah.
a story. Yeah. I mean, it's a story.
Good morning. Ishan says, look into the Advaita Vedanta if you think God doesn't exist.
Wait, say what?
I didn't say I think God doesn't exist. That's not really, I just never been convinced there is a God. You're going to have to be more specific than that, though. I think it's one of the books like the Mahabharata or one of those Indian books. Yeah. Go look at this 1,000-word tome and then you'll believe in God. Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Like the Vedas or something?
Yeah, I think so. I could be wrong. Fervent Reference. Good morning. You know, we got a lot of interesting names in the chat. I guess that SEO stuff is working. Why, if you have a second grader's reading comprehension, Christ is not forcing anybody to be Christian. No, he's not. If he was, we would all be Christian. You have the option to opt out at any time. What? Right. I didn't say, right. You have the option to opt out. But the point of the video is that God never does anything without violence, without being cruel and mean and ugly. So let you answer the question for me, Fervent Reference. What happens if I opt out? What happens to me if I opt out? Does God just let me go about my way? Or is there hate and violence and pain and gnashing of teeth? So Jesus is nothing. Go ahead.
Your life is held. No, I was just saying your life is held hostage. It's not actually your life. Like you have to do specific transactions in order to survive. And those transactions are caving into whatever this God wants you to do. Else, like, yes, you can choose not to, but that is, like, as Chris said, violent. It comes to a violent end.
I want to point out in Fervent Reference's defense says I was talking to a commenter who said Christianity was slavery. Well, yeah, here's the deal. Here's the deal. You say it's not slavery because a slave has a choice. A slave doesn't have a choice. But a slave, I mean, Christianity, you do not have a choice. It's follow Christ or burn in a pit of fire forever. That's not a choice. We don't see that pit of fire, therefore. But if you were to take a slave, they have no choice. There are choices. They can choose to work against you, and then they get what? Unalived for not following what their boss says. It's the same deal. Yeah, I mean, follow me or burn in hell is not a choice. That's not a choice.
No.
And is pure devotional, that's a good point. She continues to be a virgin her whole life. That's what they believe. That's true. Even after she has sex over and over again as a married woman, and then after she has another child, at least one other child, they still think she was a virgin. And they even have this scripture in there. I don't know how far into the scripture, how far into her life this was supposed to happen, where they had a midwife go in and verify that she was still a virgin.
Oy.
Isn't that weird? Don't you think that's weird? Isn't that weird? I think
It's
that's
so
weird.
creepy. There's this obsession with what's between our legs. Like, please, can we get over it?
Yes. Oh my goodness. That's a good question. All we know about hell from the Bible is that there's a separation from God. Do you think God should
Yeah,
not
that's
allow
it.
people to choose him and rape them? You know, that's the whole deal, man. Your whole deal of separation from God, you make it sound like it's a horrible thing, like it's an eternal punishment. It's your bag. It's your bag. What you're trying to get around is the notion it's either follow me or bad things happen, period. You don't just go about your life and live and be your own self or whatever. No, follow me or bad things, period.
Toe the line. Or
Straw
else.
manning my way through. Hey, yeah, if you think so, you're probably not even talking to me. Sometimes I read things in the chat. I'm like, hey, Guitar Dog is here. Guitar Dog, good morning. Why do they care if Mary was a virgin or not? It's misogyny. Yeah, I don't know.
Mhm.
I don't know.
Yeah, it is. It's weird. Get over it.
Yeah. Fish Fanatic says reason and logic are invited by Christians. It's about what's in your heart, not what's between your legs. Reason and logic are invited by Christians. I don't think it is. I don't really think it is. When you use reason and logic, like you tell them things like Jesus was not sacrificed, they don't like that. They don't apply reason and logic to that. They stop and they walk away. They don't want to talk about that. Atheism is like a blank check, cashing a blank check. It doesn't work. Magnanimity. Well, interesting thought. Yeah, I would disagree, but you got anything better than that though? Magnanimity? Can you explain any of the hideous things that your God creature does or any of that business?
What
Pure devotional says, what's that?
No, I was just trying to find out who you were responding to. Sorry.
Oh, well, we've got Fish Fanatic. Jesus said, come, let us reason together. Jesus didn't, was it also the New Testament said, then lean not on your own understanding, but follow in the ways of the Lord? Isn't that, am I right?
Mm.
And what is it about faith? Faith is all about not using reason. That's the matter of fact, for those of you who want to know about what my video that I'm dropping today is, it's about the way faith is an illusion. It's an illusion of power. It's an illusion of morality. It's an illusion of all these things. Faith is an illusion. So I'm actually dropping
It's
that.
not a normal. It's not a normal way of operating in your life. There's not much else in your life that you just take on faith.
Yeah. And here's the threat. You will suffer the separation from the source of love that you rejected because you didn't think it was love. We will suffer. You could just stop right there and you validated my point. Right? I mean, this God creature of yours does nothing without the threat of violence, harm, nothing. How do you worship that? How do you guys get the nerve and the balls to say we don't have morals? How can we get morals without your God? When we go look at your God in the Bible and it is fucking horrific.
It is just creating a child love, like just that alone, just creating a child and then doing nothing else is that love, because that's literally what God has done, is just created children and then walked the F off and left us alone to figure things out, to do all this guesswork, to live off of faith, instead of being a parent who opts in and has communication with his children and educates them as a parent is supposed to do. Just creating a child isn't love. I mean, maybe the act was fun for sure.
Yeah, but maybe it was. Fish Fanatic says he's a father who leads by example. Well, I don't think so. So do you mean does a good father, is his example that you're supposed to drown your children? That's the example he sets.
That's what I'm saying.
He's-
It's not.
Yeah.
Nothing in the Bible is a good example to me.
Nothing.
We couldn't even find one where there was any kind of compromise.
Yeah, and fervent references going, the person already did something to deserve jail. So that's that whole you were born in sin. That's a bunch of nonsense. We're sinful because of something Eve did. Well, wait a second. Wait a second. What was the purpose of Jesus Christ? His sacrifice was to absolve us of our sins. If he didn't absolve us, if he absolved us of our sins, why do we have original sin?
That's
And if he
cruel,
did,
kid.
yeah, if he sacrificed himself for us, why do we owe him anything? I mean, it's a done deal. It's a bet. I mean, it's a, Old Testament. Here comes that. I was just waiting for the Old Testament to come out. The Old Testament is your God. You don't know this because you just don't really realize this. You go, oh, Jesus. The Old Testament is your God. And when you talk about Jesus, Jesus is just like a bodyguard making sure bad people don't get into heaven. But if you don't follow Jesus, God, the God monster of the Old Testament, gets you. That's what he's protecting you from, is the God monster. You're going to burn in the pits of fire forever and ever and ever. Yes, I mean, that's what Jesus is not. He's nothing. He's nothing. He's just a bouncer to keep people who don't believe out of the party. Everybody else goes to hell forever or whatever.
He's the PR face. It's like having a company like, I don't know, BP or something. They pollute the ocean, whatever, and then they just get this nice guy to come along. He's manicured and he's online and he makes these cool videos, and people are like, oh, he's not that bad. I mean, like an Elon Musk, but really, he's a piece of trash. He's sticking
Absolutely.
up for the jerk off. Like, you can't be a good guy covering up the mistakes and the atrocities that your dad did.
Pure devotional. You can't possibly believe what you just said. It says no. Here's this. It says no. Your obsession. That is your obsession talking to you. There's no obsession with what's between our legs. It's just the fact that she was a virgin. What's the problem? The Christian right they're completely obsessed with what people have between their legs, what they do with what they have between their legs. The Christians are all about that. Whether she was a virgin or not is exactly that issue. What is it about a penis that actually changes a woman? Did you become a different woman after you were?
It's science, Chris.
I don't know. Science does it, I guess.
It changes your DNA. I'm becoming a man.
It's like, how many regulations do we have in this country for women's bodies?
Oh my God.
How many regulations do we have for men's bodies?
I don't know any.
People are sinners and need guidance. That's so. Yeah, it's not.
No,
You're
you're honestly priming children, like by telling children that they're sinners, you're priming them to accept people treating them like trash.
Yeah,
because they feel like they're guilty of something, or they should be shameful of something about themselves, or if something happens to them, they are taught that it must have been something that they did that led to that action happening. Because you teach children that they are sinners, you're grooming kids to be primed for the picking, really. And not just children, obviously anybody vulnerable after listening to that rhetoric for the entirety of your life. But of course, children is what I care about the most.
Later, Sean. And how disgusting is that? The whole notion that you're born in sin, that a baby is born and it's sinful. How disgusting are they? Where does your brain have to be to believe that?
Right. Even the Bible, the Bible says many things, but there are scriptures where it says you're not supposed to pay for the sins of your father, right? There's the ones that say you're supposed to pay for the sins of your father up to like so many generations, whatever. So regardless of how you take Adam and Eve, and if that's where you think sin came into the whole thing, like we'd be far beyond that. Like that's nothing. They need to let that fantasy go.
Pure Devotional says, and thank you for this once again, Pure Devotional says, Jesus made a choice just like you're making a choice now. And what happens when I choose no? You see, it's not like you're not even listening, and you're probably going to repeat that same thing here in a little bit. You're not even listening to us. The fact that we have to say no and what happens to us if we say no is demonstrative of how horrific this God creature you worship is. And but Jesus isn't a softener. Jesus is not a softener. Listen to your own words. We made a choice. What happens if we reject Jesus?
I mean, Jesus wanted to tear down the temple.
He did. Jesus actually allegedly shows up as the lamb covered in blood with a sword in Revelation. So a lot of these people just don't know what the hell they're talking about.
Oh, Carrie thing.
Yeah, like Carrie. So I'm just saying, the Old Testament, the New Testament, I don't get it. The Old Testament, you can't get away from the Old Testament. That's the God Jesus worships.
Yeah.
So,
and Jesus even had his violent side. Again, we've said it before. Jesus is very malleable. We can bend him to our will if we choose. I can choose any verse to practically invent the kind of Jesus that I want to worship, which is fine if that's what you want to do. But I can absolutely show you the violent Jesus very easily.
Oh, yeah.
And knowing at the end of the day, knowing what the end goal is, like Armageddon, no matter if like, okay, this generation is fine, nothing bad happens to us, at some point, what God wants is to make everybody worship him and bow down. So it's going to be a violent end. It's going to come to a very violent end, unless God chooses to change people's hearts, which he won't do. He could do, but he won't do.
Why, when he could choose violence? Right.
That's what we're trying to say. As humans, we're better. We are able to solve problems in a more peaceful. I mean, not obviously like looking at stuff happening, what Israel's doing to Palestine right now, but for the most part, on a normal everyday basis, we try to work through things and not just beat people on the street because, oh my God, you bumped into me. Now I'm going to bash your head into the concrete.
True.
But God would.
He would, absolutely, every time. Which time? Every time. Fish Fanatic says the temple was for sacrifices. Jesus sacrificed himself for us. Jesus was not, he didn't die at the temple. He died at the edge of town.
Oh.
On a wooden cross. There was no temple. Yeah,
he was a curse. He was a curse on his people. Like, according to the Old Testament, Jesus was a curse because you have to die in a very specific way as a Jewish person. And they turned him into a curse. I'm sorry. It's just
like a lich. Yeah. I mean, what was the name of the priest who sacrificed Jesus? Fish Fanatic, if you don't mind, let me know what the name of the priest. Oh, I'm sorry. It wasn't a priest. It was a Roman soldier. Forgive me. So it wasn't a priest. It wasn't at a temple. He didn't give himself willingly. They had to go get him from Gethsemane. He was hiding in the Garden of Gethsemane. And when they went there, one of his people actually had to point him out. He was hiding from them. Now he claims it was all, but no, they had to point him out. Why didn't he go willingly? Why didn't he just show up down there and go, hey, I'm here? And then at that point, you're going to go, oh, he did go willingly. Yeah, he went willingly because they were messing with the Romans. And if he didn't go, he would have died right there. And everybody in his little group, they would have all been slaughtered by the Romans, because that's who they were. So he went with them to save his own neck. And then he got tried and he got executed.
And then remember, who was it that chopped off homie's ear?
Peter.
Was it Peter?
I think it was Peter.
I feel like it was Peter. But anyway, that just shows you that they were armed. These were armed people.
That's right. His people were there protecting him. See, he says he knew he'd be betrayed. Yeah, you write that later. Write that in the after, right? It makes sense, dude. It makes sense that oh my goodness, you're going to fall for that? They wrote this later and they just wrote it that Judas. Oh, well, and then again, what happened to Judas, Fish Fanatic? Did he hang himself?
We got two different stories. What did he do?
What did he do? Yeah.
And then there's even stories extant that talk about what Judas did was necessary, that they had a conversation, that Jesus was asking him to betray him. And Pontius Pilate was even having dinner, which, I mean, this isn't the only story.
Right. And this is funny because Pure Devotional in the chat says you're making up your own facts. Now, no, actually, you should go check out our facts. Don't believe us. Go look for yourself. That's the whole magic of it. Go look for yourself. I don't like making
stuff up. I like being a little bit hyperbolic, of course, because it's fun. Yeah. But when it comes to the Bible, I don't make facts up.
And whenever we talk about like who wrote the Bible, I mean, they weren't even alive when Jesus was alive. I mean, this was such so far back. You know, to be honest, they could have done a better job writing him into the prophecies of the Old Testament. They really could have.
Oh my goodness, they did a terrible job.
They
But
did a
see, that's
terrible
what
job.
happens when you're making it up and you're not that well read. We're
Yeah, and you don't have all the
probably
text.
more well read now than
Mhm.
they were at the time. Although we are missing a lot of context, we have better manuscripts, etc., and access that they
Mhm.
never did, likely.
True. Yeah. And I think they were trying to call me out. The making up my own facts was where I was saying that they made up the part about Judas afterwards. No, I can't really say that, but what I can say is Jesus was hiding. The people he was hiding with put up a fight, right? Allegedly put up his mom or his wife, his mom, Mary, the Marys or whoever. They didn't give him willingly. Nobody gave him willingly. The only people who allegedly gave him willingly was the Jews who he's like, I'm your king. And they're like, he's not our king, dude. And that's the extent of it. They weren't going, oh, yes, give him, sacrifice him for the sins of mankind. They did not do that. Jesus was not sacrificed for you, and you just can't wrap your brain around it. He wasn't
He was
sacrificed at all.
making a commotion. He was
Yeah.
likely executed in the most painful way because he was a rebel rouser. He was going up against the occupying state,
Mhm.
and they didn't take kindly to that. And it wasn't just, I don't think they did it to just normal everyday people. It was
Right.
reserved for specific examples. And so he would have made a good example because obviously he had been, getting the crowds roused up and such.
Magnanimity says the reason why y'all atheists can't ignore Christianity is because y'all seek the truth, and that's what it is true. No, the reason why we can't ignore it is because you're forcing it on us, because you've overtaken the Supreme Court and you're forcing it on our women, and because you're putting it in our schools and forcing it on our children. How ignorant could you possibly fucking be to say something like that? Now I'm starting to sound like Matt Dillahunty, but damn it.
Chris.
Right? Matt, if you're out there. I mean, but look at this stuff. How can they say things like that? That is so ignorant. Like, we ignore Christianity. Christianity is horrific and it's being forced down our throats. That's why we speak up about it.
I wouldn't give a lick, honestly.
Yeah.
I would let people be, but you can't continuously bash me for just living my life, just not in your way.
Let me ask you, here's a good point where somebody in the chat's pointing this out. Let me ask you, if I take something and I take it to a cliff and I throw it off the cliff to sacrifice it to a god, that's a sacrifice. I have sacrificed that. Now, if I put a string on that and throw it off the cliff and it just kind of falls down there and I pull it back up, is that a sacrifice? That's what happened with Jesus. He was only gone 3 days and then he went up to heaven. That's not a sacrifice. And he was supposed to pay for our sins. He was supposed to pay for our sins. So why isn't he burning in hell forever all by himself? You people don't use logic at all, do you?
And that's God's proof of love, evidently. That's not my proof of love.
Oh my goodness.
I wouldn't ask anybody to love me by sacrificing their child. That's freaking weird. So that was purely his decision. I ain't want all that. I don't want someone else to die for me. How about, let's not kill anybody?
Yeah. You have weed in your name that disqualifies you from bashing. I don't.
What?
Oh, he's talking to weed. Why?
lie
Because weed,
before
bro. Yes,
bro?
yes. This person is apparently doesn't think disparaging weed, doesn't like weed. Yeah, that's unfortunate for you. Jesus loved you so much he had a bad weekend. He did not sacrifice himself. He did not go to hell forever and pay for our debt. That's what the pastor at the pulpit will tell you. Jesus paid your debt. If he paid your debt, he's burning in hell right now, and he will forever and ever and ever.
Amen.
Love is truth. Where do you get that? You don't get that from the Bible, because the God monster of the Bible there's no demonstrations of love at all in the Bible. Boy, why these people don't read anything? They need to read me. I'm going to wrap up our show here. I got all excited. Let me come over here. Channel content. I'm going to read our super chats, and then I'll play we got a new parody commercial. I'll play it one more time before we go out. It is for Father Flanagan's line of post-mortem baptismal kits. Sue Denham loves it. It's one of her favorites, her new favorites. I mean, my goodness, she's just been
Oh, poor
loving it.
Sue.
God Slaps for You has become a bronze level member today. Thank you, God Slaps for You. Very much appreciated. Paul Camish said, I've used Super Chat just to get a mention. Can I have a rebate? Thank you, Paul. Paul then said, so no free refunds. We actually said, your finders, once you get their money, never give them back, this sort of thing. Paul said, for another £5 says, so no refunds. So I have just wasted another £5 this time. Yes, Paul. Yes, you did. It'll go to a good cause. Pup cups for my dogs. Chick Magnate, attention is the only reason I do super chats. Thank you, Chick Magnate, for the $2 super chat. Secular Feelinist, an Oscar for Ryan for the commercial you guys are fixing to watch at $2 for that. And then a Jester for $2 said, maybe it's evidence Mary was trans. That's a good point. Don't tell the Christians that, though. They go wild. All right, I'm going to play this commercial. Ryan, thank you very much. Thank you for your help with this commercial. I'll see you in the chat here in a minute.
Yes.
And guys,
Thank you all
enjoy
for
this
the
commercial.
discourse. Bye.
Yes, I'll close the show out here in just a minute, but check out this commercial we made.
Do you have a loved one who's on their deathbed, but they've yet to give themselves up to the Lord?
Are you sure you don't want to come to Jesus?
No.
This is your final chance.
No. Worried they're headed to the fiery pits of hell.
Your very last chance.
No. I've been wicked and sinful. I deserve to burn in the hot place.
As you wish. Farewell, my heathen husband.
Farewell, my... Well, fear not, my wayward child. Introducing Father Flanagan's line of post-mortem baptismal kits. No more worries about being miserable alone forever. Be a good Christian and share that eternal pain and suffering with the ones you love.
I'm in hell. Not as hot as I thought it'd be. Kind of feels like Houston, minus the humidity. Hello. My favorite drink crafted to perfection. Ooh, and some dank ass weed.
I can't bear to be down on my face chanting, holy, holy, holy is the Lord, every day, all day, for all eternity, by myself.
Wow, is that George Carlin? And Alan Turing, look at that. Carl say, oh, I am so honored. You've been my hero since I was a kid. Neil deGrasse Tyson, what are you doing here? Oh, I get it. I get it. Schrodinger's heathen. Very cute, you. Very cute. That's fantastic. Oh, what is that? What is? It's holy water. Oh, it burns. No, this isn't where I want to be. Pabst Blue Ribbon and a Marlboro? No!
Father Flanagan's post-mortem baptismal kit. Dead kid tested, Mother Teresa approved.
Is that the Pope and John Paul? Jim Jones and Jimmy Swaggart, huh? I can see that coming. Neil deGrasse, what are you doing? Holy, holy, holy is the Lord. Holy, holy, holy is the Lord.
Thanks, Father Flanagan.
Damn them to an eternity in heaven for only $59.99. They wouldn't appreciate it, but you'll feel better, and that's the point, isn't it? Get yours now. Your heathen loved one's time is running out.
Holy, holy, holy is the Lord. This is some bullshit. Holy, holy, holy is the Lord. All right, guys. Thank you very much. I'm glad you enjoyed it. I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Tomorrow's Friday. I hope you sin safely, my friends. Do lots of blaspheming and sinning, and we'll see you tomorrow. Take care.
Got a house that smells like old cheese and shame. Father Flanagan's flesh candles change the game. Goat-scented thrills for your soul's delight. Light it up, baby, make your room right. When you've sinned and need to atone, light a candle the tone. Confession booths, busy, no need to stress. Light a candle and forget your mess. Gross odors vanish like sins in the wind. With each wick, guess who's your new best friend? When you've sinned and need to atone, light a candle and avoid the stone. Smell the ghost in a holy zone. Father Flanagan here to set the tone. Lambs and calves may have their day, but goats, the scent that leads the way. Clean your slate with a sniff so pure. Father Flanagan's got the cure. Turn your home into a saintly space. With every whiff, find redeeming grace. From your living room to the kitchen sink, light the gold candle, don't even think.